Hey everyone, it's Adam here with GYV, and I want to talk to you about how I build my rows or my raised bed rows here in my garden area. I have tilled the ground behind me. I didn't really want to till it today, but I wanted to promote the ground to start drying out a lot faster so I can build these rows. Um, I know there's a lot of equipment out there that can build your rows for you. Uh, I have not invested in these types of equipment, so I do my building my rows manually, and I want to show you how I've done it. So right now, right behind me, you'll see that I have tilled the ground. It's fairly flat, and I'll show you a little bit more here. Let me show you. So right here, I've spaced out the rows and my walkways, row, walkway, and etc. All the way down the garden. I'm figuring on doing 9 raised bed rows here. The reason why I've decided doing a raised bed right now for me is I get a lot of rain, and the garden is on a slope, and so there's a lot of water traveling through the garden when the rain's coming down, and that way I keep the garden as dry as possible and keep the plants as dry as possible, so they don't the roots don't stay completely saturated. I do plan on using drip irrigation system on top of the beds, as you can see here, rolled up on the fencing material here. So this is where I'm at so far. I'll go ahead and show you how I build the row. All right, so before I start building this row for everybody, I wanted to go over some basic hand tools that I will be using today to demonstrate how I do it. Now, I'm sure there's a million and one ways to build your rows. I build raised bed rows. I know they're kind of interchanging the word raised bed and row, but you know, a lot of the interplanting, or not interplanting, a lot of the planting I am going to be doing is going to be, some of it's going to be in a singular linear fashion, so it's only going to be one row of plants in the raised bed, but some of the smaller plants I'll be planting 2 or maybe 3 rows in the raised bed, depending on what type, like soybean or beets or onions, those type of plants that are really small, compact. So first tool I have is a flat shovel, so that I can dig up the pathways and dump it into my raised bed area that I'm building. So this is a tool that's pretty important for you to have. A standard garden rake, landscape rake. This is a pretty important tool. I'm sure you know how to use this one. So I got this new rake, just got it, haven't used it yet, but what's really great about this rake is that it measures 30 inches wide, and my raised beds are going to be 30 inches wide. So I think this might be a time saver on measuring and raking my raised beds in all at the same time, and we'll see how this works. And I picked this up from Haas Tools, and I hope it works out great for me, so we'll see. And then finally, your basic leaf rake to do all the fine grading and raking around the raised bed. What's kind of neat about this rake, you can use it like this or upside down as well, and it's pretty awesome that you can get an even finer raking action with the rake upside down on top of your beds. So let me get to it and show you how I do it. It's definitely a workout, so it's not easy, but it's definitely rewarding, and just take your time and you'll get through it. And if you decide not to do raised beds and just do regular rows, that could save you some time too if you have flat ground and you're not worried about a lot of flooding happening in your garden. So let's do it. I'm doing here is I'm shoveling out the walkway and I'm dumping the dirt into the raised bed to my right, and I'll be repeating that same technique all the way down. So this dirt over here in the walkway will go into this raised bed and so on to my left here. So that's how I build a raised bed in my garden. I also plan on topping off the top of my raised beds with mushroom compost that I picked up from Black Cow, and then also integrate some organic fertilizers. Let me show you those products. So this season, fall season, I plan on using a lot of mushroom compost from Black Cow. And this is what the bag looks like. I actually put that down, it's pretty heavy. I actually picked these bags up from Busy Bee Nursery here in Vero Beach area. It's not too bad of a deal. We're definitely working on trying to source better materials for less cost. And these go for three for $15, and so $5 a bag. If you go to Home Depot, they're like $5.50 a bag. So there is a little bit of savings from the big box store to getting this. So mushroom compost is really good for your garden. It's good organic material too. So I plan on pouring it out and topping it off and kind of gently cultivating it into the top couple inches. And then also I got this fertilizer to integrate into the beds. It's organic fertilizer. What's also kind of nice about this fertilizer that it's kind of like an inoculant as well, because there's a bunch of active ingredients in here like bacteria and fungi and stuff that could be healthy for your plants. So you don't have to buy inoculant and a fertilizer. This product has it both in it, so that's what I'm going to do. And let's keep going. So I want to say thank you for watching my video about how I build my rows, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for some more videos. So thank you everybody, and happy gardening.